Aries, I've just done Aquarius reading and I've never had such a, well, maybe I have, but it's a hell of a powerful reading. I don't know if yours is going to be like that. I'm drawn to that middle card. That's the card that impacts on everything else. It gives me the flavour of what the reading's about, and it's the Knight of Wands. He's brave, he's fearless, but he rushes into things. You look at him, I mean, he's moving very quickly. He is brave, he is fearless, he's rushing into battle with a stick. So is this about you having rushed into things and getting something wrong? It could be. If you look at the bottom right hand corner, we have the Seven of Cups. This is you getting disillusioned and walking away from something. Now that's the past. So I don't know what it is you're disillusioned with, but it's certainly something you've become disillusioned with. But now you're feeling strong, now you're in your strength, you're in your power. We have the Strength card. In the future, I think you might develop something of an unhealthy attitude towards money. Now I do see 2023, not necessarily February, but many people losing money on investments. And I have advised people to keep a hold of their money, so maybe it isn't such a bad thing, but it can set up a sort of an unhealthy attitude. And the obverse to that is the, is it a seven or a six of Pentacles, which is the card of charity. Now I don't know if that's you being charitable or you receiving charity. I think it might be you being charitable. So we've got this interplay of charity and somewhat miserliness, which is an interesting interplay, and this leads to the outcome. What would change the outcome is you relaxing and you celebrating with family and friends. I wonder if you're trying to control things a little bit too much. But what are you trying to, well, maybe you're trying to control money? I don't know. I'm not getting a great, I'm getting a feel for the energies here, but I'm not getting a great steer on what it's all about. And the final card, I don't consider a bad card. It's the Knight of Swords, who's very like the Knight of Wands. He's fast, he's fearless, he's brave. But you look at him, at least he's got a sword in his hand. So you're acting quickly. So I don't see it as a bad reading for sure. No. I didn't see Aquarius as profound as it was at this stage. So please stick with me and find out if yours is. Now what this reading is all about, in terms of energy at the very least, is this Knight of Wands, and it runs throughout all the other energies. What is the Knight of Wands? Well, he's brave, he's fearless, he's very fast. He does tend to rush into things, get into situations that he shouldn't. You look at him, he's definitely fast, he's definitely fearless, he's definitely brave, and he's rushing into battle with only a stick. Yeah. And that's what this reading is all about. So you've been a bit rash on something that I can't at this moment see what it is that you've been a bit rash about. But it's a powerful energy that runs throughout this entire reading. That's for sure. It could be you're being a little bit rash about money, but I think if anything, you're being the opposite. I'm not sure. Being brave and fearless, though, I think are qualities that are needed right now. So, I don't know. We'll move on. The past energy is that of the Eight of Cups, and this is you becoming disillusioned with something and walking away from it. Now I do get suggestions that this is about money. Could be about investments. I've no doubt that 2023 is going to be a year of major blood on the carpet for investments, particularly for people in the West. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if it happens in February though. Oh no, this is before, this is the past. Maybe you've seen it coming before. Maybe you've already seen it coming. Maybe it's not about money. You look at the card, he was down by a beautiful lake, but he's choosing to walk up that mountain. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, there's a moon, isn't there? There's a moon in the background. So he's walking into the unknown. And of course you are this brave, you are fearless, if a little bit foolish. You're turning your back on something important here. Something very important. Maybe this is getting an interesting reading after all. Now your current energy is that of strength. So you are strong. So we're getting these themes that you're brave, that you're strong, you're fearless. We're going to need people like you in 2023. I can tell you that, Aries. We really are. Do you know, you look at the card and you think it's the lion that's strong, and it's not, it's the girl. It's the girl because she's tamed the lion. She's fearless. We need people who are fearless. We need people. I'm not talking about people that use physical strength. And of course, you know, it's the girl that's strong, so it's not physical strength. It's this moral strength. It's this courage that we need. And you appear to have got it. You do appear to have got it, Aries. God bless you. Yeah. Yeah. Now what throws me slightly about this reading is this Four of Pentacles, which is the future. And that's an unhealthy attitude towards money. And it doesn't seem to fit. You look at him, I mean, he's clutching hold of his money. He's even got money under his feet. Now, you know, I've said there's going to be blood on the carpet with investments in 2023. I'm not certain it's in February. I wonder if you're just holding on to your money because you're worried. Well, you know, it would be a sensible thing to do at the moment. That you've got this understanding of what's happening and this is a necessary precaution. But normally it should be read as an unhealthy attitude towards money. So I don't know. It doesn't seem to fit, but these are strange times, you know. These are strange times. And you know, whilst I see the world changing and money and greed becoming less important, there's going to be blood on the carpet before we get to that stage. And so maybe holding on to what you have is not a bad policy. I wonder if it is that you've mentally already walked away from materialism, but you can't quite make that final leap towards spirituality. I wonder. I'm not sure. See, the next energy, the Six of Pentacles, almost feels like the exact opposite. Now, chronologically, the Six could come before the Four of Pentacles. So to go from the Six to the Four is retrogressive. The Six is a card of charity, and the Six is the energy that results in the outcome. Now, I just can't see this about you receiving charity and then becoming mean. So it's much more likely that you've been charitable towards people, and they've not paid you back. But if it's charity, you should give with an open heart. I don't really get it. See, since I've come to Indonesia, I've come to realise that when people say, can you loan me some money, they don't mean loan at all. They mean, will you give me some of your wealth? And that's what charity is. It's giving some of your wealth. Maybe you've given, yeah, of course you walked away. Maybe you have given away so much of your wealth that now you do have to hang on to what you've got. Maybe. I'm not sure. You look at the card, I mean, it's Lady Bountiful, isn't it? She's dishing out her wealth to the underprivileged in a fair way. Yeah. It's those acts of charity that we're going to need in the future. So everything about this is feeling like you're the right person apart from that Four of Pentacles. Card that would change the outcome is the Four of Wands. Celebrating with family and friends. I mean, I wonder if you're overthinking. Or I wonder if this is saying that, look, if you focus on personal things, then you wouldn't have the bit between your teeth so much. I wonder if you're getting wound up about external events, and this is saying solve your personal things, find joy, find love, and it's infectious. Could be, you know, it could be. That could be what it's about. God, is this one getting profound as well? Let me state quite clearly, I don't see the outcome as a bad outcome. It's the Knight of Swords. He's very like the Knight of Wands. He's brave, he's fearless, he's fast, but at least he doesn't have a stick in his hand. But given that the Knight of Wands is the energy running through it all, maybe I am right that you're getting uptight about external events. And believe me, we do need people who are brave, we do need people who are fearless, we need leaders, because our current leaders have let us down so badly. But I wonder if you're just getting uptight about things, and you'd be better off spreading love from what's close to you. I wonder if that's what it's about. I'm not half running off on one on this, aren't I? I'm sorry. Yes, you're interpreting everything as... You're interpreting the world as though it were all real. And you're not seeing that what's internal to you is what's important. Is that what it's about? Could be. I've got to get some clarity because I am not half running off on one now, aren't I? Now, as I say, the one card that doesn't seem to fit is this Four of Pentacles, this unhealthy attachment towards money. So what's it all about, eh? And the first card of clarity is the High Priestess. Balance, in touch with conscious and subconscious, degree of command over this world and the other. Maybe. The next card we have is that a 6 or a 7? Yeah, it's the 6 of Wands. It's you scoring some victories. It's not that the battle's over, but you're winning. Sorry, not that the war's over, but you've scored some victories and you're getting public recognition. How does that confirm you being a bit miserly? It doesn't really, does it? And then the final one fits into place completely, which is the 7 of Pentacles, and that is you investing for the long term. So if you are worried about what's happening in the world, you're saying, well, I need to hang on to my money because long term we don't know what's going to happen, and you know, cash may no longer be king, but certainly I better keep hold of some money. That's how it feels. Let's look at each individually, eh? Yes, I'm beginning to get it now. First card of clarity is the High Priestess. You are aware of some tragic things that are on the horizon, particularly for people in the West. And as a result, you're thinking, well, I need to hold on to my money. And I'm advising people to do that. But I'm also saying don't let that become a sort of a aesthetic trap for you. But yeah, I think you're just being wise. You can see that there's many upheavals going to occur across the world. And so if you can hang on to some money and be a little bit careful with it, so much the better. And I can't say that's a bad thing. It's just you don't want it to become an attitude. And you see what's thrusting you forward in your beliefs and in what you're doing is you're beginning to gain public recognition for what you're doing. People are beginning to notice you. Because as I say, we need people who are brave, we need people who are strong, we need people who are fearless, and you appear to be all of those things. And that's pushing you forward. But the more that you sort of gain conviction in your thoughts, the more danger there is in you becoming over-attached to money. It's another trap of the ego that's there to trip you up, I think. Yeah, I think there's another trap there of the ego because of you really need to embrace love. This is very interesting, very interesting. And you see, it's about you saving for the future, for the long term. And again, who could blame you? But you're hanging on to a view of the world, a view of a world of scarcity, and God had provided us with abundance. And this scarcity really comes from the Enlightenment, and it's the very, what could I say, the very principles of the Enlightenment that are going to be challenged in this next year, 2023. And so I think you're holding on to some parts of it a little bit too strongly. But as I keep saying, who could blame you, you know? Not to put too fine a point on it, but I see entire economies collapsing. I see currencies collapsing. I see many people losing their means of earning a living. Now that might sound alarmist, but if you look at reports that within 5 years AI and automation will replace 50% of all jobs anyway. So, you know, there's plenty of evidence that what I'm saying is right. It's just 2023 seems to be the year where it's all coming together. Of course, you know, the ending of the petrodollar would major shakeout of world economies and the way people earn a living. So who can blame you for thinking of the future? But it is applying a scarcity mindset to things. Right. I can summarise for you. And it was profound, wasn't it? Let me first of all, Aries, say that you're strong, you're brave, you're fearless. Fearless is the most important thing. And you've picked up on the fact that massive changes are afoot in 2023. And we need people who are brave, we need people who are fearless. But what I think you've not fully realised is the major changes in our thinking that need to occur as well. And in the past you've become disillusioned. I think you've become disillusioned, as I have, with those people who call ourselves leaders, with economic systems, with everything we've been told about the world and economies. But what I think you've not done is you've not gone inside yourself and understood that God provided us with abundance, with bounty, and that the way to resolve our issues is through love for one another. And I think you're still focusing on the trappings of the previous paradigm. Yes, it's an interregnum, and during the interregnum, we there will be elements of both. Because you see, you have a sort of strange attitude towards money. You're quite generous towards others, but you're also hanging on to it because you're fearful of the future. You're fearful of the long term, and who can blame you? Who can blame you? And I don't think it's a bad reading, but if you could focus on local things, focus on things that are personal to you, focus on your family, focus on love, focus on having a good time together. That happiness, that love, that joy is infectious. And the way to change the world is not through brute force. It's not through jealousy, it's not through resentment, it's not for looking for retribution. It's through love. And it's through selfless acts of charity towards each other that will change the mindset of everybody. And you're very nearly there, Aries, but not quite. Now, this is only for February. Maybe you'll change. Maybe you'll change after listening to this. But yeah, focus on some local things. Focus on your family. Focus on everybody around you being happy. And that will spread throughout the world, however crazy it sounds. I know, sounds crazy, but it will. It will. I absolutely promise you, Aries. It just takes another little leap of faith from you.